Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from RealityArtPod, here to talk about the Week 1 Sunday episode of Big Brother 26. We'll find out what the upgrade powers are, who won HOH, and finally see our nominations. Before I dive in, if you like the videos, consider liking and subscribing. Also, the live feeds have been so good. Drama and chaos all day, every day. So use the link in my bio to try Paramount Plus for free. But let's dive into it. We're treated to a new AI-inspired intro, including lots of beep boops. T-Core ate this intro up. We get back to the house where the house guests are still meeting for the first time and reacting to Cedric and Chelsea having lost their ability to play in competitions this week. Cedric plans to put his social game into high gear to keep himself safe. The house guests introduce themselves and Tucker says he's a protein bar chef, to which Lisa decides to interrupt him and chime in that
I'm a chef too!
He gets her right back.
I'm also a chef!
Rubina and Matt find an instant connection, both being Filipino. Chelsea catcalls Cam.
Physical therapy. So if y'all got any ailment,
I got helmets!
Kenny lies to the group about his profession, saying he goes by Kenny K and sells big fat Italian sausages. Cedric also withholds that he's an ex-military analyst. Angela issues them a formal warning
You're not ready for me!
and says she's ready to have the summer of her freaking life. Quinn makes the group laugh, joking about his singleness. Brooklyn mentions she's from Texas, and Mackenzie loses full control over her body.
But I'm from North Dallas, Texas.
And Mackenzie thinks Matt is tall enough to ride her ride, if anyone was wondering. Ainsley interrupts the fun to be a major buzzkill as usual, asking for 4 have-nots, and Tucker, Cam, Chemo, and Quinn all volunteer. They reveal the have-not room, which is an awesome Tron-inspired room with flat beds that don't look that uncomfy. I've said this before, but I think it's time that we retire have-nots. These 4 players have just been tired and grumpy all week, which just doesn't make for good TV. Kenny and Matt talk about their relation to the military, with Kenny being a veteran and Matt having relatives who served, and Matt's dad is a cop, which attracts Kenny to Matt, but he's still not revealing his secret profession. In the unicorn room, some of the ladies have their obligatory Girls Alliance conversation, acknowledging that it never works out.
Maybe we could be the ones.
Okay, let's just try it again. They discuss Angela, who Mackenzie says is too emotional. Brooklyn shares that she wants to be the first married mother to win the show. In the bathroom, Angela makes a sassy comment to Matt, saying Cam shouldn't help Matt with his back pain until after the HOH competition. And they continue to have a tense conversation where Angela calls Matt eye candy and says he's going to have a showmance.
Poor me! I'm gonna be undercovers with girls?
Angela thinks this is funny. Matt is offended. In the bedroom, Matt proposes an alliance to Kenny, and Matt's sleep paralysis demon Angela walks by. Matt tells Kenny that Angela is a huge threat. In the kitchen, there's a quick scene where Lisa is giving everyone edible glitter on their faces. Leah tells us she thinks Lisa is basically fake and lying about her career as a cover-up. Lisa goes to the yard to put glitter on the guys' abs, who are just agreeing they don't like her and want her out. Later, they're told that the upgrade winners are gonna find out about their powers, so they go one by one into the motherboard to find out if they won. First, Mackenzie found out she won America's veto. At the end of any veto meeting, she can save someone from the block, and America will vote to name the replacement nominee. Quinn wins the deepfake HOH, where he can strip the HOH of all their power and make their nominations for them. There will be a deepfake hologram of the HOH in the proto box that will look and sound like the HOH. Quinn can make their nominations and even start rumors using their voice. Both upgrades are good for 4 weeks. Later on, Leah pulls Mackenzie aside to confess
I love, like, chubby guys.
she's disappointed there are no guys she's attracted to, and says she needs to fatten them up. Serial pain in the ass Ainsley rounds them back up for more fun, telling them that the HOH will be making 3 nominations. There will be 3 nominees on the block on eviction night, where they'll play in an AI arena competition. 3 nominees will compete, 1 person will win, leaving 2 nominees on the block for the vote. They head to their HOH competition titled New Rule, where each round will have a different rule. The last person standing will be HOH. They are cheered on by their mascots, Cedric and Chelsea, who look so silly and should have had to wear these costumes all week. Round 1 tests their social game. They need to sort themselves into teams of 3. As there are 14 players, 2 people will be eliminated. The teams are Matt, Quinn, and Kenny, Lisa, Leah, and Cam, T-Core, Joseph, and Angela, and Brooklyn, Rubina, and Chemo. Mackenzie and Tucker can't find a team and are eliminated.
Whatever, screw you guys right now.
They're introduced to a really cool interactive game board where they'll be playing shuffleboard. They each have a disc, and the team with the highest combined score gets to eliminate a team from the game in the first round. Quinn, Kenny, and Matt win the round and have to choose a team to eliminate, and they choose Brooklyn, Rubina, and Chemo. In the next round, they'll be competing against their teammates. The player with the highest score on each team moves on, and the other 2 are eliminated. Leah, Kenny, and Angela score the highest on their team, so they move on to the final round, where the new rule is the winner will be the highest score, but it must be an odd number. Leah scores a 26, the highest score, notoriously her favorite number, but is an even number, so that equates to 0. Angela scores a 19, and the crowd and mascots go wild. It all comes down to definitely not cop Kenny, who scores a whopping 0, making Angela the first HOH of the summer and rightfully earned. She celebrates to big group hugs and is jazzed, but she already starts tearing tearing up in diary about having to nominate people, which I guess could pinpoint the beginning of Angela's week-long breakdown, but we'll definitely talk more about that later. After the competition, Kenny is bummed he made himself look like a threat for no reason. Angela quickly tells mascots Chelsea and Cedric, along with Joseph, they're safe for the week. These are the foundations of the alliance that Angela's trying to start. Joseph also mentions T-Core here, but she's not present in this conversation and is never really involved in this alliance talk on the live feeds, but that's something, I guess. In the backyard, Matt tells Chelsea that he feels stereotyped by Angela as a hot person, and Joseph runs back to Angela that Matt thinks he's going on the block, and because of this now, she's really considering him as a nominee. Quinn meets with Angela and he shares that he won his power, quickly getting in good with her, completely explaining how his power works, and they make a final two alliance called the BB Guns, which is a terrible name, and I'm surprised they didn't make them change this. Angela conducts the rest of her one-on-one meetings looking for house consensus targets. She already plans to nominate Kenny and gets a lot of people saying Lisa, with people having bad first impressions of her. She speaks with Matt. In her one-on-one with Matt, she again calls him handsome and apologizes for the comments she made. He says he felt like she was calling him a threat, and he says that if he's nominated, he'll probably save himself, so it's not smart to nominate him. He's basically threatening her, but he's right. Worth noting that Angela doesn't warn any of her nominees they're going on the block, and at the nomination ceremony, she reveals that she nominated Lisa, who's shocked, mouth agape, Chemo, who wasn't discussed at all this episode, and Kenny, who for some reason is wearing a Guy Fieri visor with blonde spiky tips. Angela cries through her speech where she says they just didn't talk enough game with her and tells us that her real target is Kenny. So we leave off with Angela crying about her nominations, Chemo heartbroken, Kenny Fieri saying holy moly stromboli, and Lisa is pissed and is gonna stay pissed for a minute. Overall, I thought this was a really great episode. I'm glad it was 90 minutes because they had a lot to cover. On the live feeds, there were a lot of alliances that were formed and fell apart during the time of this episode, but I'm glad they didn't really try to explain all that because it's kind of irrelevant, it just makes things confusing. I'm really excited for Wednesday's episode where we'll have the veto competition and meeting, but most importantly, Angela's breakdown, which I'm so excited to talk about. So subscribe so you don't miss it. But that's all I have to say about this episode. I'll be back Wednesday night with more Big Brother. Until then, have a nice week. Bye.